this is a day. You know, one of my favorite readers, Divine Maverick, will sometimes say, I'm a whole mood. Well, it's funny, I'm noticing. Look what's still in the view. I usually do this so that there's not a warning label in there, but you know what? I'm going to keep it there today because that's what it feels like. This Aries energy is bringing in. It's it's our warning labels, you know? What was it? Taylor Ray 777, I believe. Another really great reader. She's a fellow Capricorn, and I love her tude because like she'll say sometimes like I have a habit of popping off at the mouth sometimes, and it's we bantered back and forth with my personal profile to where like I'll be like yeah I definitely have that, and I have an Aries moon and a Gemini rising, so like it like I think wow, oh wow, I just watched, is it a hawk or an eagle? It's flying by. Oh, it's an eagle. A bald eagle. Oh wow, it just took a dive down at some ducks and like did this weird flip and almost fell into the water. And now it's taken multiple dives. Like it's going back and back and back. It's trying to get these ducks. That's cool. I've never seen that. Let's see if it gets one. Oh man, it's like circling, deciding. Nope. I guess. Well, did it get one? I don't think it got one, but it certainly, man, it gave its best effort. That was a hungry eagle. That was a hangry eagle, you know. But that's so fitting with this energy right now. And but yeah, like I mean, warning label. You know, that's what we talk about. Is like it's not just, you know, just randomly pop off at the mouth. But if you disrespect us, if you try to play games with us, pop off at the mouth. You know, tell you about yourself. And it's something I think I think being a Capricorn sun definitely helps temper, but that doesn't mean that it's not there anymore. You know, it's still there. We can be in our, you know, it's funny. I want to say we can be in our divine energy and that like that somehow likens us to always being sweet and kind, but that's not the truth. I think that's a lot of this energy coming in is spirit coming in to show us, specifically starting today, um, that our divinity includes all sides of us because it's funny, we want to kind of pedestal ourselves when we talk about being divine masculine, feminine, divine any energy. But we're not. Actually, divinity removes us from the pedestal. It teaches us how to remove others from the pedestal. That's that's what divinity is. It's a divine comedy, you know. It's what's that Shakespearean play, Midsummer Night's Dream? It's us putting on donkey ears and recognizing that we are the goddess and god, we are the king and the queen, we are the court jester and the clown, we are the people, we are the princes and princesses and paupers. We are all parts of it. When we try to just be one way, we cut ourselves off. And it feels like this is definitely a time where those warning labels, it feels like a time where we're embracing our warning labels, like rather than being like, oh man, I got a temper sometimes and I got flaws. We're like, no, I got flaws and I love my flaws. You know, and if you don't like them, you ain't got to deal with them. You ain't got to interact with them. I'm not pretending that I enjoy all of your flaws. You know, but it feels like if you've been working on your healing though, that you can be in a place where you could recognize the energy of both are true, which I think is a divine nugget I'll do. But for the purposes of this, it's like both can be true. You can recognize in a consciously divine way that we all have flaws, we all have warning labels, we all have moments where we drop into dark nights of soul, and you can hold complete compassion for others in your life who do that. You can see their inner being, their divine being, and all that, and you can still not take their shit. You can still recognize that there are some times when you need space. There are some times when distance is appropriate, you know? And or to say, hey, look, buddy. That was well timed with the smoke. Look, buddy, I'm not taking your crap no more. You could say, I love you and I'm not taking your crap no more. That kind of thing. Um, in any case, I titled this video Preparing for Dragon's Gate, and it feels like that's the energy. I love it because, astrologically speaking, it feels like over the last year, there's been some pretty incredible alignments that we don't see often, some of them for up to 300 years. Even the Star of Bethlehem coming in last year, blue moons, just like all sorts of stuff. But I'm loving or not but and I'm loving this energy that, like, there are alignments coming in right now as we speak. They're happening right now that they're not completely irregular, but they're not like your normal everyday thing. I'm not going to go into all of them in this because I want these daily vibes videos to be a little more like a daily nugget, but like we're entering into an Aries stellium where all of we're going to have, what is it? Mars, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, and Uranus, and the moon, when it's the new moon, going into Aries in 8 degrees, in exactly 8 degrees, which is, I'm loving it. I'm learning more about the degrees. I know I looked it up. It was something about a fireplace, but I need to go back and look it up. But that's, I mean, how many we were looking at? Let's see, what did I say? Venus, Mars, the moon, Saturn, and Uranus. That's five. That's a good number. 5 planets. And that's not even, I don't think that's everything. I think there's some asteroids too. But see, this is why I am also preparing for this. But we have at least 5 major players, the Titans. Remember this Clash of the Titans energy? We have all of them going into the same degree of Aries, which is not, wow, it's 11/11. It's not normal, no, it's not normal. It's not common that that multiple planets and or asteroids will go into the same degree of a sign at once and align that way. They kind of usually dip in and out and kind of dance. They do a little dance step. What is that song? Do a little side step. Oh, man, from, I did say, for those of you that love this movie, this will be great. It's with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds, and it's the dirtiest little whorehouse in Texas, where the mayor's singing about do a little side step, right? One of my favorite songs. Well, I would say my DM really likes it, but I think he likes that I like it. Is the one that's sneaking around with you, doing what lovers do, always sneaking around. Like when they're having that scene near the beginning. In any case, and I love it too because we're also coming up on that. We're going to have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn again, and the energy of that last year was very interesting. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to align, especially because Pluto rules Scorpio. Well, it co-rules Scorpio with Mars, but it rules Scorpio, and it's very much, it's about taboos and lust and kink and karma and, oh man, just so many things. Wow, there's some vultures now flying around. And it's funny, that energy, I've been seeing a lot of stuff with vultures, which is very transformative energy. It's much like butterfly energy, actually. But it's passionate energy. And, it's fiery water energy, and it's deep. It's super deep. Scorpio is very, very deep. And to have it in Capricorn, I mean, we already saw a fair amount of that last year when it went into Capricorn and then went retrograde for months and months and then came out of it. And Capricorn is, it's fatherhood, it's King of Pentacles, it's the World card, it's the Devil card, and it's all about karma and social architecture and structure and maturity and groundedness, and yet also this like deliciously adorable capriciousness, like with the goat. Like, yeah, one minute it might headbutt you, but another minute it's like leaping playfully from a roof or into a pool or playing. Like it's changeable. And you're not really sure what to expect. And that Pluto energy is also more of expect the unexpected. And I mean, these are energies that exist whether Pluto's in Capricorn retrograde or direct. But it's going to be interesting because Pluto in direct, like if we thought of Scorpio upright, so to speak, would be secrets being kept. And so in reverse, in retrograde, especially led by Capricorn, which is so much to do with integrity and honor and respect and all of those things, especially, ruling the 10th house and stuff. Like, that means that we're seeing basically like Saturn come in, being led by the energy of Aries, to bring the truth out, which totally makes sense with this energy of the full moon in Libra that just happened. That's going to carry over for the next 6 months with the sun energy of Aries. It's like bringing out more truth, taking off more masks. That would be a good energy of, or a good metaphor of Pluto in Capricorn retrograde is not just removing the mask. It's like some of you will be like, it's like some of you choose to, you're just like, bam, I'm removing the mask, and others, it's like they're wearing it and they're hiding, and then the mask just disappears, and it's like, what, oh crap, people can see me. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of that energy coming up in the collective. 11:11 on the timer there too, so we've seen two 11:11s. But I think that, like, I think the past few days have been doing it too. But what I'm marinating in is that on 4/4/2021, which is Easter also, we see a gateway opening, and with the 2 4s, I'm definitely feeling like it's the Emperor energy, though it's like, he's got 2 rams on his seat, take one of them and replace it with a lion, or a panther, some sort of big cat, and then put like a horse behind him who's like running free, a stallion energy, right? Because 2 4s equal 8. And then we see the energy when you add 5 to that of 13, which, yes, is the death card, but it simplifies to 4. Emperor, right? And so what I usually look at is what's the month and the day. That's 1 energy, so that's 8. And then what's when you add the year, so that's 13, which simplifies to 4. So we see strength plus transformation, death, equals Emperor. And it feels like, rather than Phoenix energy per se, it's dragon energy. And I mean, especially with the stellium in the same degree of Aries, and it's another 8, like 4/4 is 8, and then you add the stellium of planets all in 8 degrees of Aries. There's a lot of 8 energy in there, which is nearing the end of old cycles. It's masterpieces, it's artistry, it's craftsmanship. There's a lot of things. I usually think of the 8 of Pentacles, but the 8, the Strength card, is also very relevant in that. You know what? It's my writer's weight deck today. It's very relevant in that it's both about taming our wild impulses and embracing them. It shows our duality. There is an angel and a lion, right? And there's a reason for that. And I feel like there's been so many energies. One of them is the Queen song, I want to break free. Oh, how I want to break free. And then that song, joy and pain, sunshine and rain, pump it up now. Especially that part, pump it up now. Like we're hitting into that energy, and this like ability to embrace our own adventure, whether or not we would like others to be a part of it. It's like taking that Dermot Kennedy song, Power Over Me, but instead of like someone else having power over you, it's you having power over you, but almost in a more relaxed way, and yet also more of a charging bull sort of way, And I know that this Dragon's Gate, at least, I think it's already begun, but I'm for, at least for me, you can decide on this one, I'm thinking that it starts on 4/4 in April, so April 4th, and I want to say it at least goes to the 20th when we switch over into Taurus energy, but I need to double check how long the Mercury, when the date that Mercury will switch into Taurus, because when we come in out of Mercury in Pisces into Mercury in Aries, which is happening I think over the next week, we're going to see a big change in communication. You know, Pisces, Mercury in Pisces is kind of lazy in its thinking and its action taking and its communication, or there could be delays. Um, Trying to be too perfect, trying to always find the right words, things like that. And so when we switch, well, we've already got all these other planets aligned in Aries. We switch Mercury into that. Our thoughts and our actions and our words will align with the energy that we're already feeling to make change, to break free, to be that fire breathing dragon. And whereas before we may have been like, oh no, I'm a fire breathing dragon, I better not open my mouth, I might burn something down. Instead we're like, I'm a fire breathing dragon, watch me burn it all down if I choose to. You know, just like I always wish I had what is it, the FB apps where you can like do an action, like open your mouth and flames come out, right? um but I feel like those are the like today is one of those, like maybe the last few weeks, even the last year has been preparing us for this moment, this divine timing moment, this Wheel of Fortune moment of Dragon's Gate. And today is that moment when we're seeing it. We're seeing what we have learned. We're seeing what we have around us. We're seeing where we can grow, where we can learn, where we can play, where we can what's that? I just had this funny thought about where we could play with matches if we want to, you know, like so what if I burn the house down, I'll build a new one. And who cares if I don't know how to build a house, I'll figure it out. Like that kind of energy, which is definitely Aries energy. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and typically the Fool card, and it's like we do need to be cautious about look before you leap sort of energy. But it's also, you know, the Fool leads into the Magician. So even though we might make a mess, oftentimes we find tools on the way that can help us learn to more accurately manifest things, that be less haphazard about how we do it. I'm gonna pull a Rider Waite card for our daily energy. And you know what? I think I might do well, do I want to do Divine Circus? I might do Divine Circus. I don't have my book still. To be fair, I didn't look for it. I completely forgot after I did that reading that I didn't. So, maybe. I'm not going to take it that seriously, so I hope you don't need it. Alright, let's get a card for today's Daily Vibes interview. Oh, we're going to have two. Alright, sure. Oh, interesting. You know, I'm laughing because Knight of Pentacles reverse makes sense. We're probably today really feeling impatient with those who are being slow, who are being perfection. They're trying to be perfectionists and they're just procrastinating. And then to back that up, we've got the Eight of Swords. So I feel like we're probably on both ends of it to some degree. Is that others are seeing that we're being really slow and they're pushing us to do it, and it's getting us in our thoughts about it. But that's so it's Nine of Pentacles, so it's freeing of it, it's getting ready to upgrade thoughts, things like that. And then on the other side, we're feeling a desire to push others, like come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You know, so it's like, I don't know, there's just some moments, I suppose I recognize it more as a parent, like you typically do not push your kids. Think of it like with a mama bird. Like typically she doesn't just get up one day and say, I'm ready for you to be out of the nest, so I'm gonna push you out. Like, no, she usually tries to get the baby bird to come out of the nest on its own. Like, look, just hop over here, stretch your wings today, tomorrow you can rest, and then the next day we'll do some more wing exercises. And then there comes a point in time when she sees that all the other baby birds have decided to take that leap and they have made it, and yet there's at least one baby bird that's not doing it. Like, you know, they're stretching their wings, they're doing all the other stuff, but they won't take that leap of faith. And sure, she might give them a few extra days, but at some point that mama energy is going to kick in and be like, nope, you're going to move now. You're going to move now. And let's see what we got. We got the Lovers in reverse here, yep. So it's almost like decisions between the head and the heart. Hello, Pandora, and I might do a reading later where we'll do live card pulls and stuff. But for this one, I'm not getting specifically into twin flame energy. It is included in here because I am a twin and the collective's in there. But I'll do a card reading later, and it would be great if you wanted to come and join us. I can pull a card for you. Anyways, it feels like with this Lovers reverse, and let's see what we got: Page of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Wands reverse, Two of Swords reverse. Yeah. It feels like today is a day that love decisions are not being put on hold, but they're not being focused on. Like, we're focusing more. Well, no, excuse me. Let me say that. I think that for some, love decisions are being put on the back burner for a little bit to focus on something a little more simmery and savory, and others are actually like this because this is in the shadow card position. They're really feeling their decisions so far. Like if you're dealing with somebody who's been very slow, who's constantly caught in their thoughts, who's in a situation, especially if they've been in a karmic situation that like they don't get they allow themselves to not be treated well and stuff, or like if you felt this Aries energy and been like, I'm not going to focus on love anymore. I'm going to move. I'm going to turn this into this. I'm going to take some action. If you've been doing that, then that person is thinking about the choices that they made as they watch you doing this, right? And it may not be like a super fiery fast movement, but they can tell that this is quickly going to turn into the Knight of, actually might be Page of Wands, but then that'll turn into the Knight of Wands. Let's see what's on the hot topic. Oh, that's funny. Look, what did I just say? The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands in reverse. So hot topic is some sort of bad news or like small communication problems, miscommunication things, boundaries that weren't healthy being highlighted, things like that. Let's see what's in the heart of the matter. Oh, interesting. That's a good sign. Ace of Pentacles. A new beginning that is grounded. And possibly a gift. Somebody might, especially if you've been dealing with somebody in this energy, which could be the karmic / unevolved energy of Aries. Like somebody who's been childish, somebody who's been reactive, somebody who's like they make jokes at inappropriate times when they should be serious. They think they know everything, and yet you can see by the way they live their lives that they really don't. And if you've been dealing with somebody in that energy, especially if you're in a love connection with them and you swords it, you're like, I'd rather deal with my shadow work to do with letting this go than to keep trying to go for this when what I'm getting is this, which is no reciprocity, And that person, I think, is getting ready to bring you a gift. And it's most especially if you've been doing good healing work and recognizing like when you're triggered, and that's for you. That's a sign for you to recognize your reflection in what is going on and to choose a new path. I'm hearing that song again from the movie. Do a little sidestep. Like there are appropriate moments in life when it's good to be the bull and just like force it through, and there are other moments when it's good to just do a pirouette. I'm not sure. I'm not a ballerina. To do a sidestep, to take a dip, to pivot, and to do a dance on a new path for a little while, and that's what it feels like today's energy is kind of getting into. It's like teaching us to come to that Zen point where we're delighted by whatever's going on and whatever's around us, and not so disturbed by the things that do trigger us, especially because this Aries energy can definitely, like, it's very much like that. It's a bit of bratty energy. It's like, oh, you think you can challenge me, huh? Or, oh, you don't believe I can do it, right? It's that kind of energy. I'll show you, And there are times when that's good. And there are times when that's not so good. There are times when there are no wrong choices. That, in fact, most times, I'm just going to say it, there's no wrong choices. It just depends on what contrast do you want. Do you want the contrast of going toe-to-toe with another Titan and getting your horns locked in? Or do you want the contrast of having the experience of, like, maybe you got ready and you were like, you had your hooves in the dirt and you're like looking, you got your head down, you're ready to go, but then suddenly you stop and you start dancing, and you get the contrast of seeing them be like, what? You know, and see what happens. I see 5 and 2 on there, which is 7, so that could bring you some victory. Dance today. That's a good energy today. Dance in some sort of way. It doesn't have to be some big elaborate foxtrot, but dance today. It'll help you get out of the box. And there's that song, I'm trying to remember what kid's show it was from. Out of the box, out of the box. I think it was Gullah Gullah Island, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. There's a lot of inner child energy coming out too, because Aries, you know, Aries is the infant of the zodiac, and also in many ways all of the inner child aspects of us. So we're gonna see a lot of that. You could fight it or you could play with it. Either way, see what delightful adventures you could take part in today and every day. And anyways, thank you for all of you watching, commenting, liking, sharing, you know, all that fun stuff, adding your vibes to the tribe. I will see you in a video soon. I think I'm definitely gonna do it. I've been feeling it for a little bit, kind of waiting for signs from the collective. I'll do a live card pull reading in a little while, and we'll have some fun and see what we can do with that. All right, catch y'all in the next video.